Hi everyone, I'm Amy Westerlund with Keller Williams, and you can ask me anything about real estate anytime. To get a hold of me, my number is 651-983-4397. I want to talk a little bit about a shift that'll probably be occurring in just the next year or two. And I like to actually prepare my clients for what's going to be happening because sometimes in the back of our minds, we do definitely want to be selling in the next year or two. And you should be watching the market. Obviously, you've probably heard about the China stock market dropping and the crises around the world, and we are hearing about the overview of our nation as the presidential campaigns are continuing. So what I wanted to touch base on was the shift in the market, and most importantly, how that'll affect your buying and your selling, because that's what you want is the most amount of money when you're going to actually be selling, and you want the best deal when you're going to be buying. So I've laid out some terms on my website, and if you're watching this on the Facebook, just click on the link in the post, and then if you're already on the website, just scroll down the page, and you'll see a list of things like this. And also, if you have not received our mailer that's going out currently to 600 of my favorite people on my mailing list, let me know, and I'll get this out to you. My email is westerlundteam@gmail.com. But what I wanted to talk about are the three phases of what our market goes through, and that is the expansion, the decline, and absorption. So when I started real estate, we were at the very end of the expansion, and coming new into real estate, I was really learning the building blocks of my business, learning how to actually take care of the process. And I wasn't very active in real estate in the beginning because I was part-time. But so really when I started selling, we were already entering the decline market. So I did make it through some of the roughest times in real estate, but I really learned a lot, and I did a lot of transactions, which was great because there's opportunity actually in every single market. So when we were entering the decline market, my team actually started doing a lot of short sales, and we were sending in short sale packets of 300 pages actually to the banks, and they didn't even know really what was happening yet. And I call it, well, we work the streets with clients. We can see what's happening. We can see that the buyers are not able to actually qualify for these high prices, and everything that goes up actually needs to be coming down, right? So the sky was falling. Houses were not worth what they had just paid a year ago, and many people were getting into investment properties. So a lot of the homes were not primary residences but investments. So these were a lot of the clients that we were helping get through the short sale process, and banks have obviously put together loss mitigation departments, and I now work with an attorney that helps process all the paperwork, and things have gotten a lot better. But still, I do think we will start to see this shift and see a lot more short sales in the coming year. So with that being said, obviously there's opportunity in every market for people, and back in 2010, I personally bought a house for $19,000. Yes, obviously it was a rehab, and remodeled it and sold it for a profit. Will those times come again? We don't know, but I am just preparing as we're being told, and we're starting to feel the shift. You'll see a lot of the homes that are on the market for a really high price obviously have had to do price adjustment, down, 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 to actually get to the price where it should be sold for and its worth. So you'll see some of that happening maybe in your own neighborhood for people that were thinking they would just hold on through the decline market. We are in the actual, expansion time, but how high is that expansion? Are some of these owners actually able to get out from what they have been holding on to for so long of what they've already owe? So maybe now is the time, if you know somebody that needs to do a short sale and isn't going to be actually able to hold on, or they've already spent all their 401k, unfortunately, let them know my phone number, 651-983-4397, and I would love to help them through that process. Also, as far as the absorption market, so in about 2012, buyers had noticed that there was a lot of homes on the market, and this became a seller's market. So 2013, our real estate team sold 103 homes and $21 million in home market value that year. That was my biggest year. That was a great time in the market. And, you know, the buying phases and the homes that were ready to be purchased were going fast and multiple offers. So if you're pricing your home right, you should actually see an offer within the first 2 weeks and in multiple offers. I know sellers sometimes want that higher price just to see if they're going to get it, but you're wasting market time. You're putting a product out there where we actually do so much of the advertising in the very beginning, and buyers are knowing what homes are valued at because they're comparing it to the one that's just like yours, but it's in that same price bracket. So is yours a better product or not when you're in the same price bracket? So that's how I try to educate some of my sellers and my buyers. I'm very competitive when it comes to purchasing a home for my buyer, and I give very specific feedback to sellers that usually sellers do see the direct feedback, and they'll know obviously if they're overpriced as well. I'm not just the only agent that's giving feedback. Obviously, everybody that shows a house actually gives feedback. So I also wanted to talk about You're Invited, which is on the back of our flyer, and I'm doing just a roundtable discussion. It's going to be myself and a loan broker. So if you have questions about the buying process, about financing, anything, it's going to be at the Caribou, right off of 1080 Highway 96 East. So it's between the White Bear Lake and Badness Heights location. Home sellers is going to be 6 to 7 on October 16th, and buyers is going to be 7 to 8 on October 16th. That's a Friday. Come and have a cup of coffee and just having some discussion and answering questions and giving you as much information that we can with the processes. If you're thinking about buying or selling, call your neighborhood expert. Ask me anything about real estate anytime. 651-983-4397.